Really interesting news out of Pfizer. We'll watch the overall markets, but both Pfizer and BioNTech are up significantly on this. Pfizer and the government have struck an agreement for Pfizer to produce millions of doses of its vaccine, COVID-19 vaccine. Pfizer would deliver 100 million doses into the United States once the vaccine is approved. The agreement also allows the government an option to acquire an additional 500 million doses. The vaccine would be available to Americans at no cost. There you can see BioNTech up almost 5.5%, and Pfizer also up. We'll have HHS Secretary Alex Azar will join us in the next hour, and at no cost. But you wonder, is it just everywhere? You just go in. You wonder how it. There's a lot of concern and worry and questions about who gets it first, how it's allocated. All we know at this point, it would be at no cost, but unclear when you're starting with 100 million doses, how it's going to work. I don't know how many Americans are going to want it initially as well. There's some conjecture about that. And I've seen a lot, guys, Andrew and Melissa, I've seen a lot about that some people are implying that maybe the side effects haven't been highlighted enough. Whether if you're sick for a day, if you really feel crappy for a day or two, I mean, really bad, moderate side effect, over 100 degree temperature and chills and everything else, you wonder, does everyone get it, or do some people sit back and say, hey, everybody else is going to get it, I'm not going to get it? So I don't know. That's what happens sometimes with these vaccines.
That's the issue that Dr. Scott Gottlieb and even Dr. Fauci have talked about, that a third to maybe 50% of the country won't get it. A lot of people still don't get the flu vaccine.
Right.
And, of course, the question is going to be, are people going to wait 3 months? Are they going to wait 6 months to see how other people do on it? Obviously, we'll talk to the Secretary in just a little bit about it. But I wonder, when they say it's going to be at no cost to the American public, is it at no cost to the American public, meaning am I not paying myself, or are taxpayers not paying? Meaning, is Pfizer doing this as a gift?
No, I think the government
I assume there's some economic transfer of money from taxpayers, right?
Yeah. You would think. I think the government. This is the federal response that so many people have said is lacking. There has been a federal response for trying to get the vaccine and trying to get out.
The question, though, from the farmer perspective, though, is how much is the government paying, right? And are they going to be making any money? So you see this great response in shares of Pfizer, but of course the outstanding question is always, will the companies actually end up making money from this pursuit? And yes, they get to say, we found the coronavirus vaccine, and they probably gain a lot of goodwill from the government for doing that and participating in all of this. But do they actually make money? And I think that's a big question, especially for investors of a company like a Moderna, some of the smaller ones, where the vaccine is really the ticket for that particular company.
For a $30 billion market cap on Moderna, for example, which is, they have got to sell some stuff and have some pretty good margins to justify that.